So you have to be careful on exterior angles of polygons. And I'll say it for the video, the classwork on this lesson is going to be from Lesson 34's notes and Lesson 35 notes. Okay, we know from Lesson 34 that the total number of degrees inside equals n minus 2 times 180 degrees. Okay, and remember, n's the number of sides. 1 inside, maybe we need to underline inside, angle of, and I think I reviewed this because of your classwork, 1 inside angle of a regular polygon. All the angles have to be the same, because if they're not the same, then we wouldn't be able to find out what they are. So 1 inside angle of a regular polygon is the total n minus 2 times 180 over n. And let me highly recommend to you to show your work, because if you just have an answer and it's wrong, it's hard for me to know what you did wrong. Okay, we're going to draw a picture. We're going to state, it's really not a formula. It's really just a statement, and then we're going to do 3 quick examples. So while you're writing that, I'm going to get my geometer, and we're going to use uh-huh 180. It does kind of look like that, doesn't it? It's 180 degrees. Remember, n minus 2, 180 is the total. N minus 2 times 180 divided by ever how many angles you have, if you want to know just one of them. So we're trying to come up with, what about the outside angles? Now let's talk about what the outside ones are. And the one we're going to use is face up, the largest, the extra large circle right here. We're going to use this obtuse one. Now, I think this is supposed to be isosceles, but we're going to use it like it's not isosceles. So I need you to get this one. And then I need you to extend the bottom to a line like that. Let's see if anybody tried to get in. And then I need you to extend the top, this one, just one way. Okay, and here's the deal. We want to know what this angle plus this angle plus this angle adds up to. Those are called exterior angles. This is an exterior, this is an exterior, this is an exterior. If I know the inside, if I know this one is 20 degrees, how would I find this one out here?
Subtract about 180.
Yeah, it's 180 degrees in a straight line. It's 160. Okay, and you can do this for any polygon, any of them. If this one is 40 degrees, I picked easy numbers, then this one's going to be 140. I'm doing the same thing Trinity said. And then if this one is 120, then this one is 60. Now here's my question. What do the inside always add up to on a triangle? No, we've been doing that one forever. Oh, come on. How many degrees in a triangle? 180. 20 plus 40. Inside a triangle. Look, we did it right here. But we've been doing that all last semester. And then we added all the new ones. Now we're fixing to spend a lot of time with quadrilaterals, squares, and trapezoids, and rectangles, and rhombuses, and all these four-sided that have 360 in them. So quadrilaterals have 360, triangles have 180. We don't do a lot with these now. Maybe later on we'll do a little bit. Okay, so we want to know what the outside ones add up to. So I've got 160 plus 140 plus 60. And I've got 0, 10 plus 6 is 16, carry 1, and I get 360 degrees. Now, that's not that amazing, but what's really neat about it is that the total degrees outside any, let's see how we want to say that, in a polygon, so any of them, triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, nonagon, decagon, all of those total degrees outside in a polygon is always 360 degrees. So it doesn't matter if it's got 20 sides, outside's always going to be 360. So it's really not a formula. If I could have had about 15 more minutes Monday, I could have done this lesson with it. And that's why your classwork, your lesson looks like 34 and 35 together. So you've got to go back and look at, so if you haven't done 34, you need to get it done first, and then 35 is 34 and 35 mixed together. Let's do, we've got 3. One we're going to draw a picture, and then one we're just going to talk about. So it says find the measure of one exterior angle. Now, that's going to be important to you in your classwork for 35 because 34 was inside, which is different for each one of them. And then 35's lesson is 360 and all of them on the outside. So we're outside one exterior angle of a regular hexagon. Okay, now we will draw this picture. It'll make it a little bit easier for you. Now, what's a hexagon?
8 sides.
Octagon's 8. Think about octopus, octagon. It's 6. And there's one right below. If you'll notice on your geometry, it says trapezoid up here. It says rhombus right here. And here's your hexagon. So we're going to draw that one right there. There's a big one up here, but I'm not going to use the big one. This one's big enough. 6 sides. And it wants to know one of the angles. Now, all the sides are the same, all the angles are the same. So we're going to take at the edge of our geometer and we're going to extend this one. Okay, so it wants to know that angle right there. One exterior. And it doesn't have to be regular to do this. It can be any hexagon. It can be any hexagon. It doesn't even have to be regular. Now here's my question. We just want to know one of them. What's the total on the outside? 360. But 360 is all of them. I just want one of them. So what am I going to have to divide by? 6. Why 6? Because there's 6 sides, 6 angles. That's right. And that's going to be 60 degrees. Okay. So it's pretty easy. But again, your homework is not just 35. So we're going to do 2 that reviews 34 so that you'll kind of get the idea. Because, I mean, that's it. That's pretty much what you're doing. If it says the total, you write 360. If it says one of them, you divide by, you know, if it says what's the outside of a decagon. So you're going to do 360 divided by 10, and it'll give you 36. So that's the new part. So let's do a little review from lesson 34. Number 2. What is the sum of all interior angles of an 18gon? Okay, we want all of them. We wrote the formula over here on the top of page 3075. It's also over on page 73, Okay, this is not right. It shouldn't be 75. It should be 74, 74, 75, 76, 77. I got my page numbers wrong. Did I do them right over here? Yes. So this is 76, and this is 77. Okay. Inside is different from every problem. The total, the sum means the total. And remember, the total equals n minus 2 times 180. So what's n in this problem? What's n? What does n stand for?
18.
Okay, the number of sides, right? Which is 18. That's your n. So 18 minus 2 times 180 is 16 times 180, which is, you may have had it in your homework, I don't know, 2,880. I think you might have had that one. Try to remember to put degrees when it's the angle. It's just a good habit. Okay. Find one, I tell you what, I'm going to write up here, review of lesson 34. So this kind of gives you an idea of this covers your classwork for lesson 35. Find one interior, I'm going to underline interior. That's the first thing you need to decide. Is it doing inside or outside? And does it want all of them or one of them? That's your two big questions. Find one interior angle of a regular, and I don't think you have to round on any of these, dodecagon. Okay. So one of them, one angle, and I'll say measure of one angle equals n minus 2 times 180 over n, because we just want one of them. So you got to split it up. Well, what in the world is n of a dodecagon? How many sides does a dodecagon have? 12. N equals 12. I wrote it right there. You only have to know the ones that are on page 74. So 12 minus 2. Oop, I put 12 minus 12. That won't work. 12 minus 2 times 180 divided by 12. These two numbers will always be the same right here. 12 minus 2, 12. And so I'll have 10 times 180 divided by 12, which is 1,800 divided by 12. You already got it? What is it? 150 degrees. And I think they all come out even in your classwork. Now, there's some good thought questions. There's some good ACT problems, which is not too far in the future in April, which does seems like a long way away. We're already now into the almost a full second week of January. We're almost a month out from Christmas, so it's coming fast. Well, I guess 3 weeks. 3 weeks this week from Christmas. Okay, that's it. So 30, this is the new part. This is the old part. 35 is both. Get caught up. You're doing pretty good, but I just need you to get caught up.